What's going on? This is Ryan with Automatic Comics, and up next we are going to be going over the bigger books that I picked up as part of that collection recently. And what I had done was I broke the books down into different value tiers. And that top tier were the books that I valued at $100 or more. So I thought I would do some follow-up videos where I specifically show those books that I valued at $100 or more, because a lot of times when you're talking about the Golden Age, it's not necessarily the most obvious books that hold that kind of value. So I thought it would be interesting, useful to go over these. Also, these are the bigger, more fun books from the collection. So I'm going to be breaking this down into a few different videos because there were a number of books that fell into that category. I'm going to go over 30 books in this video. Let's check these out. So before we get started, please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. So like I said in the intro, we're going to be going over 30 books here. These are going to be in alphabetical order, so we're starting with the A's, and I don't remember what we get through with this with the first 30. I know when I was going through the boxes, I got some feedback about the reflection with the lighting, and so sometimes it was hard to see the books. And with that, I'm just pulling them out of the box, and some of them are in really old bags. These have all been transferred into Mylars, so they look real nice, and I will try to angle them so that the light with the camera doesn't reflect too bad. But let's start getting into these. First book here is Aces High #1. This is from EC Comics. You can see here, this is when what they called the New Direction. So this was basically when they had to stop making all the horror comics, and instead they started making other stuff like this, like Aces High. Not a ton of value in those Aces High books, but #1 actually has a decent amount of value. It's a decent condition book. I mean, a lot of the books in this collection are lower grade, but especially in the Mylar here, looks really, really nice. So Aces High #1, first book. Second book here, this is one of the bigger value books in this collection. This is Action Comics #68. 1944, pretty early Action Comics, early Superman, World War II era. And this one has a detached cover. It's just a single staple book. In that time period, a lot of the times you had one staple because they were saving metal for the war effort. But colors are fantastic on this copy. It looks really nice. So Action Comics #68. Next one is Action Comics #79. Nothing particularly key about this book. It's just a pretty nice condition copy. This one and the next book I'm going to show were pretty nice surprises, because I've definitely had some disappointments in this collection. If you've watched some of my other videos, some of the things where it was like the wrong interior in the Action Comics '89, that kind of stuff. But this one, actually a pretty nice condition copy, and you can see and really does present well, especially for a book from this time period. Now, the Action '89 would be right here, but that book has already sold. That's part of why I wanted to start filming these, because some of the books are selling, and I'd like to be able to show them. So there was an Action Comics '89. That one has already sold, though. Next, we have Action Comics '93. This one is actually quite nice. I think maybe even around like a 6.0 type range. I don't know if it'd beat a 6.0. But yeah, very, very nice, presentable copy. Christmas cover, Superman, early Action Comics. This is a very nice book, and I mean, I'm just looking over at this camera over here so I can make sure that there's no reflection, and you can see colors are really nice on this, and they look fantastic in the Mylar. Next one is Action Comics #102. This is a lower grade book. I can't remember if part of the back cover is missing or a bunch of the back cover is missing. It was something like that with this copy, but still early Action Comics 102. Then we had Action Comics #123. This is actually considered a key. It's a little tricky with this because this is identified as the first time Superman flies, but Superman 30 is also identified as the first time Superman flies. There are a number of times where they say that, because this is quite a bit after Superman 30. So there are a lot of different times when people have said that the first time Superman flies, because at the beginning he was only jumping. He wasn't flying. And so this one is a lower grade copy. I remember there's some damage on the back and spine, that kind of thing. But again, Mylar looks fantastic. Then we have Action Comics #183. Again, nothing particularly key about it, but it is an early Action Comics. And like I said, these are the books that are valued, or I valued at $100 or more. So Action Comics 183. And then Action Comics 195. Got a Lois Lane cover on there where she is a Tiger Woman. But again, these, I mean, they look so nice in the Mylar. I mean, a lot of these are a little bit lower grade books, but Mylar looks fantastic. And the colors are really great. That's been one of the things that's at least a positive, that even if it has a split spine, that kind of stuff, the colors have still been pretty nice on these books. Then we have Action Comics 247. This is the first one here where we're getting into the post-code era. There were some books in this that were also kind of into the early Silver Age, but a lot of them were Golden Age. But Action Comics number 247. And then this is another one of the big logo DC books, Adventure Comics number 98. Again, a book that is actually pretty nice. This is a nice copy of this book, and colors are just fantastic. Again, not a key or anything like that, but early DC, the big logo, Adventure Comics. All right, that is the first stack of 10. All right, now for the next stack of 10. Sticking with Adventure Comics, we've got Adventure Comics number 134. This is pretty early Superboy. He made his first appearance in the More Fun run. I can't remember the exact issue. It's like More Fun 101, something like that. And then eventually he transferred over to Adventure Comics. So just a relatively early Adventure Comics, early Superboy appearance. Then we have Adventure Comics 135. This one's actually a relatively decent copy. Like if we get close, you can see there's some kind of like rippling and a few like tears, that kind of thing, or deep bends, I guess, or creases at the spine. Still pretty solid presenting copy. And like I said with the other books, I mean, the colors are just very nice on these, which is a plus. So even when they're lower grade, they present well, especially in the Mylar. So Adventure Comics 135. Now we've got our first pre-code horror book. We've got Adventures into Terror number 6. Atlas comic. You've got this guy who's about to have a bad day where he's going to get pushed down into this pit with whatever those things are down there. But yeah, Atlas Comics, they're, in my opinion, one of the more underrated pre-code horror publishers out there. Is Atlas, with a precursor to Marvel. You know, EC gets a lot of the credit, Harvey gets a lot of the credit, but Atlas has some pretty cool covers. I think this is a pretty cool cover. Adventures into Terror number 6. Then we've got Adventures into Terror number 10. Just kind of like it's probably a vampire. Yeah. So when the vampire calls. So Adventures into Terror number 10. You got the big vampire bat thing on the cover. And then this is one of the wilder covers. Again, low grade, but Adventures into Terror number 27. You can see all the kind of like the creasing and that kind of stuff along the spine, the creasing in the corners, but pretty crazy cover with that one. This guy being strung up over that fire. He is not going to have a good day. But Adventures into Terror number 27. And then Adventures into Terror number 31. Again, I think this one had a big tear across the middle. Yeah, like right there. So, I mean, it's like, again, colors look great. It is a nice presenting copy, but some pretty substantial flaws there that really knock the grade down on it. But Adventures into Terror 31, also from Atlas. And here we've got Adventures into Weird Worlds number 8, also from Atlas. And you can see like a lot of chipping, you know, wear along the edges, but colors are, again, just really nice with these. So now moving away from pre-code horror a little bit. I don't remember the volumes and for these, but this is an Airboy comics that features the Heap. I believe Brian said he's like a precursor kind of to Swamp Thing. He does kind of look like Swamp Thing. But there were a few Airboy comics that were part of this collection that had the Heap on them, and they do tend to have a little bit more value. And this is one of them. Sorry, I don't remember the volume. It's on the interior, and so I'd have to take the book out. But here we've got another Airboy comics that also features the Heap. And again, looks nice in the Mylar. When you get close, kind of in the light, you can see there are some indentations and bends and all that kind of stuff in the cover, but still, nice looking copy. All right, now moving on to Archie, because there were quite a few Archie, Pep, that kind of thing in this collection. This was, I believe, the earliest Archie comics that we got. There was like a 14 or a 15, but we didn't get that one as part of this. This is Archie Comics number 23. And again, like, just great colors on it. I mean, really bright colors. decent looking copy. You know, it's not a super high grade copy, but a decent looking copy of Archie 23. All right, now let's get the last stack of 10 here. All right, so sticking with Archie, this was probably the nicest condition of the Archie comics. This is Archie Comics number 27. Colors look great. I mean, there's some spine wear, you know, on this book, but overall a very solid presenting copy of Archie number 27. Then we had Archie number 46. This is considered one of the kind of like the classic Good Girl Art covers for Archie. This one does have some pen on the cover. Somebody drew some flowers on Veronica's dress, and probably whoever Anne Reynolds is who did it. You know, put her name down here. I think her name is also on the back cover. But yeah, not a high grade copy, but really nice colors again on this one. Then another one of the this is one of the innuendo covers. This is Archie Comics number 48, where he is asking Betty if she wants to spoon, and she says that he can pick her up at 8. So yeah, Archie Comics 48. There was no 50. 50 is the big book from the Archie Comics run, at least with respect to the Good Girl Art type covers. But 48 is a pretty good second place for those Archie comics. Then here's another one of the innuendo covers, Archie Comics number 55. Let's see, Archie isn't quite there yet, but yeah, Archie Comics number 55. Then this was one that I hadn't remembered seeing this one in the flip throughs that Brian did, but this was a nice surprise to see in there. This is Archie's Girls, Betty and Veronica number 3. This is one of the kind of like, I call it like a key Archie cover. And again, but anytime you've got something, you know, with Archie and Betty or Veronica making out or whatever is on the cover, that always adds some value to the book. And so this is one of those. Then jumping back to some pre-code horror, we have more Atlas, Astonishing number 22. Pretty cool pre-code horror cover, and you know, a lot of spine wear on these books, but colors present really well on this copy. Looks fantastic in the Mylar. Then we got another Astonishing book, Astonishing number 27. I think this one was actually decent condition. I don't remember exactly, but I think this one was actually fully attached, all of that, whereas a lot of the books were either detached or had splitting, that kind of thing. But Astonishing number 27, decent presenting copy. This one's rough, but pretty cool cover. This is, I don't remember the issue. I don't remember. Baffling Mysteries. This is from Ace Publications. They're another one of these ones that puts the issue number on the interior. So I can't remember the issue on this one. You can see it's got some like staining and like a pull, like something stuck to the cover there. But colors look good. Cool, like zombie cover. You got the Good Girl Art, the woman in the red dress, all that kind of stuff. So Baffling Mysteries. Then probably the biggest book that was part of this collection, we've got Batman number 25. This is a lower grade book. I had to remove some color touch that was on it. There was some color touch down here. That's why you can see there's some paper loss there. There was already a little paper loss, but now there's a little bit more. But yeah, I had to remove that color touch, but still, Batman number 25. This is the first villain team up. It has the Joker and the Penguin working together. So there is, you know, like actually a key fact for this issue. And then the last book from this set of 30 is Batman number 133, first appearance of Kite Man. Also the first time you have Batmite in this title. Not his first appearance, but first appearance in title. Kite Man, I had somebody ask about Kite Man. The thing that has made Kite Man popular is the Harley Quinn cartoon that is on HBO. Kite Man just, I think, got a lot more notoriety with his appearances on that cartoon. So that's where Kite Man has gotten a lot more popular, at least in my opinion. That's what's really driven his more recent popularity. But Batman number 133, first appearance of Kite Man. So those are the first 30 books. I'm going to do another video with the next 30 and another video with the next 30 because there are over 100 that fall into this category. Hopefully they're easier to see this time, you know, try to angle them so they're not reflecting on the light. But if you enjoyed this video, like to see the rest of the bigger books that were part of this collection, make sure to subscribe to the channel, notification bell, all that kind of stuff. I got more videos over here. If you'd like to watch some of my other videos, subscription button is right here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.